viewers, welcome in Geological Knowledge. So today we will discuss a very important topic, that is the Kachchh Peninsula and the Great Rann of Kutch. And there is a part, or there is a section in your syllabus of GSI mains. In the Geomorphology section, there is a topic named as major geomorphic features of India, the coastal, the peninsular regions, as well as the aquatic or the some other features, geomorphological features of India. So in that context, we will study about the Kachchh Peninsula, their evolution, and some things about the Great Rann of Kutch. Okay, so let's start our discussion. But before we start our discussion, let's discuss it out. This figure that deals with the. So as you can see that the Saurashtra, in the map you can see the Saurashtra and the Kutch area, and the Gulf of Kutch, that is separating the Kutch as well as Saurashtra region, and Gulf of Khambhat as you can see, and the mainland of Gujarat. Okay, so as this is the map of area, and this is the true color image of Gujarat and adjoining regions that was modified after the NASA or the GSFC. Okay, so we will start our discussion with the basics, some very basic general information about the Kachchh Peninsula. So the Kachchh Peninsula, that is located between latitude 23.13 degrees to 24.68 degrees north, and longitude of 68.10 degrees to 71.80 degree east. So the latitudinal as well as the longitudinal directions or their locations, these are not important for our exam purpose, but generally we have discussed only. But this forms the western part of India and constitutes the Kutch districts. Okay, so the location is important, but the latitudinal as well as the longitudinal variations are not important for the exam perspective. And if we talk about the area, so occurring an area of about 45,612 square kilometer, it has a length and width extension of about 320 and 170 kilometer respectively, throughout which passes the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so that is important because this area that passes from the Tropic of Cancer literally. The delta land of Sindh, that is in Pakistan, also known in the oldest times by the name Sapt Sindhu, or the seven distributaries of Indus River. So in the archaeological time or in the previous times, the name Sapt Sindhu, that was named for the seven distributaries of Indus River. These borders the west. Okay, so the western boundary is formed by the Sapt Sindhu, and its 352 km long southern margin that has been demarcated by the Gulf of Kutch, which separates the peninsula from the Saurashtra region. Okay, and if we talk about the meaning of Kutch in Sanskrit, so that means a land which is intermittently wet and dry. Okay, a land which is intermittently wet and dry, referring to its normally dry and hot land of Kutch being drenched by the summertime monsoon. So that is the meaning of Kutch. Okay, and there are about 97 streams and rivers that eventually flows into the Arabian Sea from the Saurashtra region or the Kutch region. And some important deposits, there are also some important economic value, that is salt, cement, lignite, coal, or the bauxites. They are the main mineral industries of the Kutch region. Okay, so this was about the basics or some general information. And this is the mound of Dhaulavira, the Khadir Island at 3000 to 1500 BC or the before Christ in the Harappan civilization settlement. Okay, so this is the archaeological site. Okay, mound of Dhaulavira, that is part of Sindhu, Indus Valley civilization. Okay, or the Harappan civilization. So now we come to our main topic, that is the evolution of Kachchh Peninsula. So the tectonic evolution of the Kachch Rift Basin, and that is better abbreviated as KRB, Kachch Rift Basin, that dates back to early Mesozoic times when the Indian landmass was part of the Gondwana supercontinent. So the history of the tectonic evolution of Kachch Rift Basin, that dates back to the early Mesozoic times. Okay, means the Triassic time, earlier Triassic times, when the Indian landmass that was part of the integral part of Gondwana supercontinent. We have already discussed the supercontinent cycle, where we have talked about the Pangaea, Pannosia, Gondwana land, Laurasia, and some other supercontinents, and you can watch that video for the better understanding of this topic. So that was the start of the evolution. Tectonic evolution started from the early Mesozoic times, means the early Triassic times, and the breaking off of the Indian subcontinent from the present mass and its subsequent northward drift, owing to the fast accretion of more than 16 centimeter per year at the Indian Ocean ridge started in the late Triassic time. Okay, so when it got broken from the Indian subcontinent, the parent mass and it subsequently drifted northward, owing to the fast accretion of more than 16 centimeter at the Indian Ocean ridge started in the late Triassic time. And what happened in late Cretaceous time? The subcontinent got detached from the Madagascar. Okay, so that's why I have said that you have to understand the supercontinent cycle in order to understand the tectonic evolution of this peninsula. So the late Cretaceous time, the subcontinent that got detached from the Madagascar, and by the early Eocene, that was separated by Sakchil Island. Okay, and the free drift of the continent was checked during the Eocene Oligocene times, with commencement of the subduction of its oceanic crust below the Tibetan plateau. Okay, so in the Eocene Oligocene times, that free drift of the continent that was checked with the commencement of the subduction of its oceanic crust below the Tibetan plateau. So by the time 45 to 40 million years ago, that is Cretaceous time, the Neo-Tethys ocean that closed along the Indus-Sangpo suture zone, that is also known as abbreviated as ITSZ, and the collision of Indian and Tibetan continental crust began, thereby heralding the rise of the Himalaya. So we all are aware with the tectonic evolution of Himalaya. So that took place at 45 to 40 million years ago time, when the Neo-Tethyan ocean that closed along the Indus-Sangpo suture zone and the subsequent collision of Indian and Tibetan plate continental crust that began, and which eventually gave rise to the extensive Himalayas. The Indian plate, in its journey beginning from its breakup from the Gondwana, we all are aware with that Gondwana land, to its collision with the Asian plate that passed through 4 plume heads. Okay, the origin or the Indian plate, the journey of Indian plate that began from its break off from the Gondwana land to its collision with the Asia, that passed through the 4 plume heads. And which are those plume? Centered at Crozet, Kerguelen, and Marion, and the Reunion Islands or Reunion hotspots. So these are 4 famous hotspots And the Deccan volcanicity related to the reunion plumes. When we were talking about the Deccan traps, we have talked about that is Deccan volcanicity that took place with the reunion hotspot or reunion plume continued for the nearly 1 million years soon and after the Maastrichtian age. Okay, so Cretaceous time that has been further subdivided into some periods or some series. These are the Maastrichtian age, that is 65 million years ago. So during the extrusion, the Deccan basalt occupied approximately the same absolute position as that of the Reunion Island. Okay, and in less than 1 million years, 1 to 2 million uh, kilometer cube of lava that is spread out over an area of about 0.5 million square kilometer. So you can see the extensiveness or the spread of the extensive lava because of the eruption of the Deccan basalt that occupied approximately the same absolute position of that of the Reunion Islands. And the rifting in the subcontinent along the certain Precambrian structure trends that started since its detachment from the mainland. And in the western margin of the Indian Shield, the faulting was controlled by the northeast southwest Aravalli Delhi trend and east of northeast to west of southwest Son Narmada lineament or Son Narmada Tapti, better known as Sonata, and trend, and the north of northwest to south of southwest Dharwar trend. So the western margin of Indian Shield, that was the faulting was controlled by the Aravalli Delhi trend, the Son Narmada Tapti lineament, and the Dharwar trend. Okay, so these were the deciding factors or the controlling factor. So thus during the migratory history of the subcontinent, three rifted basins. Okay, during the migratory history of the subcontinent, three rifted basins formed and which are named as Kachchh Basin, Cambay Basin, and the Sonata Basin. Okay, so these are very three important basins. We will talk about all these basins subsequently. And developed and aborted at different times, became host to the thick sedimentation of different ages and the volcanic activity. Okay, the three basins now stand separately by the Saurashtra horst, which has been established to be an extension of the Aravalli range and which was uplifted in part during the late Cretaceous time. Okay, so the three basins we have discussed means the Kachchh Basin and the Cambay Basin and the Sonata Basin. They are now stand separated by the Saurashtra horst, which have been established to be an extension of the Aravalli range, okay, which was uplifted during the late Cretaceous time. So by early Cretaceous times, the sea that started receding from the KRB, okay, allowing the deposition of the continental facies. So in the early Cretaceous times, the sea started receding from the KRP or the Kachchh Rift Basin following the deposition of continental facies. Okay, so this is a diagram, 3D diagrammatic model of Kachchh Rift Basin, or better known as KRB. So here the abbreviation you must understand, that is NKF means the North Kathiawar fault, as you can see in the diagram here. The GDF, that is the Gora Dongar fault, and IBF, that is Island Belt fault, and the NPF is Nagar Parker fault. Okay, so these are the abbreviations, as you can see in the legends, that is the Cenozoic deposits, the Deccan trap deposits, as we have talked about, the lower Cretaceous times, the upper Jurassics, the mid to lower Jurassics, the upper Jurassic, upper Triassic, and the Precambrian. Okay, so as you can see the north south trend of the rocks, the Saurashtra horst, the Kutch Gulf of Kutch, the Katrol hill, okay, and Bani half graben or the Kutch mainland, and the Nagar Parkhar ridge and Rann graben. Okay, so these are the abbreviations used in the diagram, as you can see, as we have discussed about. And the Mesozoic sedimentation were deposited in the two mega cycles. So the deposition of mega sediments, that was, sorry, the deposition of the Mesozoic sediments, that took place in the two mega cycles. So these mega cycles took place in the late Triassic to late Jurassic Sin Rift marine transgressive system. During the late Triassic to late Jurassic Sin Rift marine transgressive, and second one is the late Jurassic to early Cretaceous post Rift deltaic regressive environment. Okay, so first one was the transgressive environment and second one was the regressive environment. So you can observe and you can imagine the fluctuation of sea level, that up to what limit the sea level was fluctuating during the evolution of the Kutch basin. Okay, the early part of the tertiary, that continued to remain terrestrial, but by the early Eocene times there was transgression. Okay, the Eocene to middle Miocene period, that saw the lagoonal marine self to open marine platform type of depositional environment. So the depositional environment, that also kept on changing, okay, in due course of time, when the conditions changed or the climatic situation changed. So that also changed the mode of the deposition or the mode of the uh, evolution of the basin. Okay, the Pliocene Pleistocene times, the environment of the deposition was littoral to foreshore. Most part of the quaternary remain terrestrial, with dominance of the tidal flat and the marshy deposits in the latest part. Okay, so this was our discussion about the Kutch Rift Basin, some basic information about Kutch Peninsula, and how that evolved and what were the processes involved in the tectonic evolution of the Kutch Peninsula, Kutch Rift Basin. Okay, thank you.